They got my hopes up, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. They got my hopes up just a little bit. I had completely accepted the fact that we were going to get shut out today, and this was going to be a pretty depressing post-game video. But then, man, the Gritty Tigers were striking a little bit in that ninth inning, and it's like, hold on, maybe, just maybe they make this really interesting. And to an extent they did, but when I say maybe they make it interesting, I more so mean like maybe they actually really go Gritty Tigers and tie this game up, or just straight up win the game right here, you know? I was buying into it. I was like, oh, the Gritty Tigers might do it. Oh, dang it, man. They just fell short, but hey, listen. I'm not going to do the whole moral victory thing. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, like, this is a win in my book because they fought towards the end. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not claiming this as a moral victory. But what I am saying is that they don't quit. They don't quit. They didn't quit today. They made it interesting late. I will give them that. But nonetheless, Tigers dropped the series finale today against the New York Yankees. However, I will also say this. Though we lost today, it is still a series win over the New York Yankees. It's still a series win at home over the Yankees. So, it sucks to lose today, but it's still a series win. We will take that. I will take that. Tiger fans will take that. Even my Los Angeles subscribers, I'm pretty sure, will take that. Yankees lose the series in Detroit. I'm sure Los Angeles will enjoy that as well. But yeah, Tigers lose today. They say all good things must come to an end. And unfortunately for the Tigers, that includes the win streak. Alright, let's talk about this loss today. But before I do that, I do have some housekeeping notes I need to take care of. First of all, thank you so much to Roast Dumber for sponsoring this video. They've got hot coffee, which would be great for a cold, chilly day like today in Detroit. They've also got cold brews and chocolate. Visit our website, roastdumber.com, link in the description below. If you find something that you think you might enjoy, you want to make an order, you can always use my code TonyD to save yourself some money on that order. Shout out to Roast Number, and thank you again for sponsoring this video. Another housekeeping note, if you can all do me a favor, please leave a like on this one. Comment your thoughts on this Tigers loss down below. And if you can hit that subscribe button, I very much appreciate it as we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Alright, that takes care of the housekeeping. Let's now talk about this loss. Let's start from the beginning. Let's begin with Jack Flaherty. Happy J. Flair bump day to all who celebrate. Man, he was phenomenal today. He was great. You know, before the 6th inning, his only real boo-boo was the 2nd inning. You know, that was a long inning for Jack. The Yankees got the bases loaded with 2 outs, but Jack was able to fight out of it without any damage given up. He got out of that inning, and then before and after that 2nd inning too, he was pretty much cruising along through his start today. 6th inning, that's where it maybe seemed like Jack might have run out of gas, you know? Yankees got runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Jack was pulled with a high pitch count. In came Tyler Holton in a big situation, and man, Tyler Holton was a dog in that inning. So the first out, he literally got that comebacker. He caught it, ran to third. Who says pitchers aren't athletes? He ran to third and got Judge out for out number 2. And then out number 3, Tyler strikes out Anthony Volpe. Inning over, no damage done. And Tyler helps Jack finish with the final line today at 5 1/3. 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts with 58 strikes on 92 total pitches. Jack has been fantastic to start this season. He's been great, and that's exactly what he was once again today against this high-powered Yankees offense. He was great. Jack Flaherty, Jay Flair, absolutely my Tigers pitcher of the game in this one. But again, shout out to Tyler Holton for being a dog in that 6th inning. But then the 7th inning, you know how I just said that Jack might have run out of gas a little bit in the 6th inning? Maybe the same thing for Tyler in the 7th inning. He got the first 2 Yankee batters out, but then the 9-hitter got on for New York, and then Ben Rice, the leadoff guy for them. One mistake from Tyler. Ben capitalized on it. 2-run shot. The Yankees' first lead of this series. 2-0 New York. I'm not mad at Tyler for that whatsoever. Again, it's just one mistake, one bad pitch that Ben Rice was able to capitalize on. Even a great pitcher like Tyler Holton, one mistake. And that's what makes baseball such a crazy sport sometimes, you know? Just one mistake, one bad pitch that Ben Rice was able to capitalize on and hit that 2-run shot. I just kind of feel like it's one of those things where you just kind of, you got to tip your cap to Ben Rice for being able to hit that pitch there. But yeah, now it's 2-0 Yankees. Will Vest goes out there after Tyler and throws a scoreless 8th inning. And then the top of the 9th inning happened. You know, the 9th inning as a whole was crazy. We'll talk about the bottom of the 9th inning, obviously, in a minute here. I want to start with the top of the 9th inning. Me watching this game, that's where it kind of felt like, all right, maybe today just isn't the Tigers' day. That top of the 9th inning was kind of crazy. First of all, poor Dillon Dingler. Those 2 pop-ups behind the plate were almost identical. They almost fell literally right in the same spots. And again, poor Dillon just couldn't come up with it. Going back to what I just said about Tyler Holton, how baseball can just be weird and crazy sometimes. That's another example. Man, 2 pop-ups behind the plate, almost in the exact same spot, and it looked like both times the ball just kind of popped out of Dillon's glove, you know? Again, baseball is weird and crazy sometimes. You could see Dillon was beating himself up over those 2 missed pop-ups. I guarantee you, if it happened again, he would have made that out. 100%. I am so sure if it happened again today, he would have made that catch. And when it happens again for him behind the plate, he's going to make those catches. But yeah, he has those 2 pop-ups that he'll probably say he should have caught them, and he didn't. And then, you know, the Colt Keith play at second. Oh, no, Colt. I'm a Colt Keith defender. I'm not afraid to admit it. But even for me, after a play like that, even me, I have to admit, all right, yeah, he probably should have made that play. Now, what do I know? I'm just an idiot talking in front of a microphone and a camera. I'm not obviously a professional baseball player, but that looked like a play he probably should have made. And, you know, there's been a lot of conversation about what exactly happens for the Tigers once Gleyber Torres comes back. I still don't know. We still don't know as fans. My best guess, though, especially after seeing that play right there and just all the other mistakes that Colt has made recently at second, kind of feels like Colt Keith is for sure not going to be the Tigers' second baseman when Gleyber comes back, you know? And he's certainly not going back to first base with how Torque is playing, offensively especially, but also defensively. He's been pretty good at defensively at first base too. So I don't know where Colt goes. I still don't exactly know what happens when Gleyber Torres comes back, but especially after a play like that, and again with all the mistakes that Colt has made recently defensively at second, kind of seems like it's a question mark for him going forward, especially defensively, you know? We'll see. So yeah, just a bunch of weird plays and mistakes defensively. Yankees put up a 2 spot. Only one of them was earned for John Barbia. It's 4-0. And again, while watching this game, I kind of felt like at that point, all right, today is just not the Tigers' day. And as we got into the bottom of the 9th inning, it was 4-0 Yankees. I was thinking to myself, I was honestly prepared to talk about a shutout. I was prepared to talk about a 4-0 Tigers loss. But man, shame on me for not remembering who exactly this is. These are the gritty Tigers, man. They are never out of it until the final out. And they surely made things interesting in that bottom of the 9th inning. Torque walks, Javi hits, Trey hits. The bases are now loaded with 2 outs. Torque scores on a wild pitch. It's 4-1. And now I'm thinking, all right, hold on a second. This is then when I remember these are the gritty ties. Like watch them actually come back to win this ball game. And then Zach McKinstry, who I will give my position player of the game today to. You know, he had a triple in this one. And then in the ninth inning, a 2-run hit. And now it's 4-3. It's like, oh, hold on a second. Now it's a 1-run game just like that. Look at the Gritty Ties go, man. That moves up to second on the play. Devin Williams gets pulled. The tying run is now in scoring position. We're at the top of our lineup. I'm now freaking out by this point. I'm getting texts like, oh my goodness, look at the Tigers go. Oh, J-Hen, unfortunately, gets jammed. It flies out to shallow second. Game over. The comeback falls short. The win streak is over. Tigers lose. Oh, you love to see the Tigers show that gritty attitude at the end there. Again, just showing that they're never out of it until the final out. But just, you hate to see them fall short, you know. Oh, tough way to end this series against the Yankees. Very quickly, I just mentioned Zach McKinstry is my position player of the game for the Tigers today, but I also want to give a shout out to Torque. You know, I mentioned he had the walk that really got things started in that ninth inning, and he also had a hit and a run today. J-Head as well, shout out to him, though unfortunately he was the final out of this game. Better day for him offensively today. You know, he had 2 hits in this one, so shout out to him. And then I want to give a shout out to Javi again. Another hit for Javi in this one. Good stuff, El Mago. Hey everybody, this is Tony in post-production. So, the whole series of events that happened in the ninth inning, particularly the bottom of the ninth, I completely forgot to mention while I was initially recording that the offense before that ninth inning didn't do anything against Max Fried. So I'll quickly mention it right now. Listen, I'm not mad. I'm not shocked that the offense didn't do anything off of Max Fried because it's Max Fried. He is really good. But, yeah. Completely forgot to even mention that, and I didn't want to go this whole video without mentioning Max Fried because he was really good for the Yankees today. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, all in all, a tough way for the Tigers to end this series. However, as I mentioned earlier in the video, it is still a series win, and we will take that. We will absolutely take that. All right, so looking ahead for the Tigers, off day tomorrow on Thursday, and then we are hitting the road. We are going to Minnesota this weekend for a 3-game weekend set against the Twinkies. It all starts on Friday with Reese Olson on the mound. We will see you then. That's all I got for you in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it as always. As I mentioned earlier, please leave a like on this one. Comment your thoughts on this Tigers loss down below, and hit that subscribe button as we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We will see you following Friday's series opener from Minnesota. Until then, as always, go Tigers, baby.